Hey, welcome to the DoWine podcast. I'm Laura.
I'm Leslie.
And we're back again just with some more fun, entertainment. We're hoping that we can inform, entertain, all that good stuff. Going to have a little fun tonight. So
awesome. We're going to start off with a new wine.
Yep, this is our DoWine taste wine time.
That's right.
And so we're going to try something new.
This is called Juggernaut.
Not, but not. It's a big debate.
It was a big debate because we were like, is it pronounced not like nautical or not like a naughty tree?
It's not like naughty. That's not what juggernaut means. That means it's an overwhelming or unstoppable force. So we're going to see.
We're going to see if it is or not.
This is straight out of California. So we're going to see what California's got to offer.
I thought it was straight out of Colorado. But okay.
She can't say not, and she does not know Colorado from California.
I do know how to open a bottle of wine, though.
She can't open a bottle of wine.
Oh, I said that too soon.
There we go.
We're supposed to let it breathe, but for time restraint purposes, we're just going
to have to breathe while we go.
While we drink it. Same, yes.
Mm-hmm.
I will create that with me. Okay.
Does it have a lovely,
smells like wine.
Lovely bouquet?
Can you hear that?
That's a lovely blood red. Wow.
Well, you got a little wine glass.
Well, sorry.
Weenie.
This is your wine glass.
I know.
Let's see, does it have legs? So, yes, it does have legs. I can see.
That's the thing, it's got to have legs. Because we're wine connoisseurs. Okay, I'll try.
Okay, yeah.
Here's to the juggernaut. That's pretty good.
Oh, that's good.
That might be one of my new favorite wines. I love that.
That is good. It has a lovely bouquet. Because it really is some wines that are good.
It is very bold. It is very bold.
It is a very bold.
Very bold wine. We're going to drink this whole bottle of wine.
Juggernaut is apropos. So, absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, I see the legs in yours. Okay.
Yeah, girl.
All right.
Got some legs on. Got some boldness going on.
Got some stuff to talk about tonight. And the first thing we want to talk about is our health care in this country.
Oh.
When we were little, we always thought we lived in the greatest country. And I still think that we do. It's not been run so hot over the last few years. Everybody knows this. And if you don't know, well, you're in denial. But that's okay. That's okay. Just have fun.
Just drink okay. It is okay.
But the health care in the country has gone down for many more years than it's been run down over the last few. And that's just the truth. And I think just because we have gotten older and wiser.
And we're in the health care business, yes. We're nurses. And I can kind of tell you when I think it started was when the doctors gave away their authority and gave it over to the HMOs.
Yes.
And the insurance companies started making the calls. And that was
80s or late 80s, 90s.
Yes, late 80s.
And the doctors are now just pawns for the insurance companies, for big pharma. And that's exactly what they are. You do not get the proper health care anymore.
Mm-mm.
Doctors come in, they hardly look at you. They hardly talk to you. They're checking off their little ticks on their page of what they have to do in order to keep whatever money flow they got going and to meet the standard and the requirements of big pharma. That's it. It really does not matter how you feel, what your days are like, how these drugs are affecting you because, hey, they got another new drug.
Right? There's so many freaking drugs out there. It's ridiculous.
I mean,
my medication that I take for my hypersomnia, it is $900 a month. If you do not have insurance, it is $900 a month.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's outrageous.
I'm literally only getting by on doctor samples right now.
That's outrageous.
Well, that's insanity.
Yes, but if you really want to hear something really effed up, a drug that people require to live, let's play a little game. How much does it cost to produce a bottle of insulin?
Oh, it's probably like
5 pennies.
Pennies on the dollar.
Yeah. It's probably not a lot.
I've heard anything from 25 cents to $6.
Yeah.
And they sell them for $72 a pop.
Yeah. Well, that's just like the EpiPens. Why are they so expensive? If you're trying to save somebody's life, you are putting out this drug to do humanity a favor. You've got something that will help them from going into anaphylactic shock.
And they don't expire until 2 years after the expiration.
But if you're a drug addict, you can get Narcan for free from the pharmacy, and you just have it by your bedside.
Everything is backward in this country.
So weird.
It's not really helping anyone. It's a very sad. The point that we have tonight, the point in case, is the mother, 39 years old, in Texas. Oh, I forget the name of it. Something Station, Texas. She's in Texas.
I thought she was in the UK.
No, I was just wrong. I read it again today. Okay. Her name is Lisa Monk. She's 39. I think don't quote me, but I do think she has 4 children. And in 2022, she is diagnosed with terminal cancer. She's got stage 4 cancer. It is in her spleen. She has angiosarcoma, clear cell. Anyway, this was in 2022. So in January of 2023, she has an operation to remove her spleen. Well, the spleen is sent out to 4 different laboratories to get the pathology done. And of course, the report comes back that it is that type of cancer, because of course they didn't know before they did the biopsy, before they sent it off to pathology. They just knew she had cancer. She's given 15 months to live. Of course, she's very upset. She goes home. She tells her husband and her children. She didn't tell them what type of cancer. She didn't tell them that she had 15 months to live, only that it was very bad, but she intended to fight it, as anyone would.
At 39 years old.
She's got something to live for. This woman wants to live. So she goes through a round of chemo, loses her hair. I can't remember if she did 1 or 2 rounds of chemo, but her skin started turning silvery. Anyone who's gone through chemo knows the bad effects of chemo. They're horrible. And they affect you for life. It's not like you just get it. It's not like you just had some NyQuil and you got a little sleepy and then you're going to wake up 3 hours later good as new, just like you were before. That's not how it works with chemo. And she lost her hair, and she goes in for an appointment, and a nurse practitioner is sitting there. And this woman had written letters to her children. She had written letters to grandchildren that she would never meet. She had written about weddings that she would never attend. I mean, this woman knew she was done for. And so the nurse practitioner is scrolling through, asking her all the questions, and the woman says she turned around, looked at her with a horrified expression, and was like, I've got to go out. I'll be back in a few minutes. 15 minutes later, the nurse practitioner comes in with the doctor, and the doctor proceeds to tell the woman that they got a report she never had cancer, and congratulations. Wow, she's won a prize, hasn't she? Because she's been affected for life from all the toxins they have put in her body now. So of course she was shocked. She wanted a copy of the pathologist report. She got it. She went and called her husband, and this had affected her husband and her children. I mean, her husband's losing a wife. This woman that he loves dearly.
Children are losing their mother.
He's like thinking, how am I going to go on with my children without their mother? They're young. The daughter is having problems in school because, of course, she's very upset that she's going to lose her mom. It has affected them all on so many levels. And then the doctor just congratulating her. It's just so wonderful now. We know you don't have cancer. But guess what? They should have known she didn't have cancer. Because she had different reports that they just neglected to read. That told her she never even had cancer. And, and now they're here another year later, and they're still swimming in debt because they can't get the debt from the hospital, all the treatments removed and dismissed because the hospital made a mistake.
Because let me tell you something. As somebody who's gone through chemo, 1 round of chemotherapy, which I had breast cancer, so I was taking adriamycin and Cytoxan, and I also did a course of Taxol. $64,000 a pop.
Yeah.
For chemo. For 1 syringe full of chemo. Okay. Luckily, our insurance covered everything 100%. I mean, we're just super lucky. But for other people's insurance, it only covers like 80% of that or 75% of that.
Especially when you're raising a family.
Yeah, and you're not, you're
And
not
especially when you should have never had it in the first place.
Yes.
Because somebody couldn't take time to read a report. It's just, to me, that's terrifying. It's horrifying. Please get your second opinions.
Always.
Please demand
Get a
those
second
reports and read them. And if you don't know the words that are on there, look them up. They're in Google. You can go to the library and research any kind of medical anything. Talk to someone that has been through it. Do not take it at face value. Do not believe that doctor. I do not believe that doctors set out to do the wrong thing. I believe there are pressures put on them now by the insurance companies. They're trying to probably do the best they can, but they're not doing the best they can because they're having to do the best the pharmacy wants them to do and not the best care for the patient. I think they have so much pressure coming at them from a different point of view than just taking care of the patient. The doctor needs to take care of the patient.
And maybe the doctor doesn't need to see 75 patients in a day.
That's that, and there should be enough doctors that you can get your needs met.
Yeah.
And there should be enough nurses and nurse practitioners and physician's assistants at this point in time.
There's
that
always
can take that load.
Always a nurse
and help, but I
always. There's been one for decades.
You can pick out a minor problem versus a major problem.
Yeah.
And those major things that you think are major, you need to get them checked out. Double check. Just double check. Because I feel for that woman. I feel for her family. I can only imagine what her husband and her children, and the children especially.
Well, I'm sure everybody's overjoyed that she doesn't have cancer.
Yeah.
But also, she's only 39 years old. You don't know what chemo does to your body, and it is a forever thing because it kills everything in your body, not just bad cells, but good cells. And you just, not saying whether she would want to have more children at 39, but you never know.
Yeah,
she probably
she cannot. She's had her spleen.
Your spleen really doesn't have anything to do with it.
No, but I just mean that she's had to have an organ removed, which I think
makes your spleen is important because it is your immune system. So, she's going to be, but chemo also lowers your immune system for life.
That, I think, is just, healthcare is such a big thing because everybody worries about everything about their body.
And there's so much information out there now on the internet. Everybody goes to WebMD, they go to Google, and so I think they get a lot of misinformation, and then they go, and I don't know. I know when I got diagnosed, it was a whirlwind. I don't even remember. I just remember you have this, and it was boom, 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 boom.
But she's a trooper,
and
she fought it.
I did, and I won. But
she did.
You listen to the doctors. I didn't get a second opinion.
No,
I just went straight with what I trusted them. In hindsight's 2020. And if I had it to do over again, I would go for a second opinion. I might go for alternative treatment because I went for aggressive therapy, and it was a lot. It's a toll, and it's taken a toll on me to this day. And I'm almost 5 years out.
Welcome to Wine Intermission, the time where we stop to get more wine and beg for sponsorships. Man, a sponsorship would be really nice. On this episode, we're resetting up so Cousin Karen can join us. Please enjoy the rest of the show.
Welcome back.
And
anyway,
introduce Karen.
This is Karen. This is Karen. This is our oldest sister. So, Karen, tell us about yourself. Who are you?
Well, that will take a while.
Well, it probably would.
The synopsis version. Not virgin.
She's not a virgin.
So, 4 children, 4 grandkids with 1 coming.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm just a happy grandma waiting to retire.
Yeah.
And that's it.
That's the best. She's got the best life.
And all of her grandbabies are girls, and the one that's on the way is also a girl.
Why? You need a boy. Y'all got to have some boys. Y'all need some princes.
Somebody needs to have a boy. I don't know who it is,
because they're just so wonderful.
Maybe Kate.
I won't say they're the best.
I have a sneak attack.
I think so.
She's probably gonna have twin boys.
That would serve her. I think yes. We're gonna pray about that. Get Soraya on it.
Oh, Soraya, if
She's
you're listening, and Rosario, if you're listening, or Soraya shows you this, please pray to
That's right.
the guardian angels, because they're big about praying to the guardian angels,
That's right.
and
it works.
to Jesus,
Mm-hmm.
to the God. Anyway, we're gonna get morbid for a second, y'all. So we were just talking about the healthcare, but now we kind of want to talk about this euthanasia that's becoming popular, the self-assisted, medically assisted
I'm sure.
suicide, mainly in like Canada and in the European countries. Switzerland is a big one where they will just euthanize people, but it's for the oddest reason, and it's for younger people now. Like there was a young girl who, she had cancer, and this was probably a few years ago. She was very young, in her 20s. Yeah, she had brain cancer, and she didn't want to go through the seizures and the suffering and everything, and so she decided that she was going to die on a certain date. And
Very sad.
it's very sad because, for one thing, treatments change daily for cancer. I mean, every day they're doing research, and there are misdiagnoses. And also, when you're young and you fight something like that with chemo or radiation, you have a greater chance of surviving it because you're young and you're healthy. So this girl and her parents, her boyfriend, everybody was on board with this. And I don't know, we're all religious. We're all Catholic. And if you believe in God and you believe, in the afterlife and everything, there's purpose in suffering.
Yes.
Not that everybody should suffer eternity. Sorry, the church lady is in the house.
But we need her.
If we want to talk about the Catholic religion one day, we will have her on here and she will educate everybody. But anyway, there's purpose in everything that happens to you. It's like if you're poor or you are down on your luck and you can't afford rent, that's not a reason to euthanize yourself. That's not a reason, and that's not a reason for a doctor to say it's okay.
Yeah, that's where the trouble.
And the government, and not really the doctors, the governments are getting involved. Like the Canadian government is like
making room
for
what?
And let me tell you something. There's plenty of room. There's plenty of room on this earth. There's plenty of room in all these countries for as many people as we can possibly create.
Sometimes you shouldn't just focus on the negative of an illness because positive does come out of it.
Yes.
And we don't know why. No one knows why.
And maybe we don't need to know why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the humanness of wanting to know why and trying to coordinate exactly what's going to happen.
And a lot of times, like with the people that are just depressed over rent and just want to off themselves, your circumstances are temporary.
Yeah,
for the most part.
circumstances change.
You may always not be able to afford rent.
You
and
might buy
5
that-
years down the road.
You might buy that lottery ticket.
You might.
That
But
one.
Single one.
But
That's what always
if you
happens.
apply yourself and you go after what you want and just have some determination, some gumption, you're
But
going to make it.
It's that, but it's also they have all these people that are on their side to kill them.
Yeah.
They're like, oh yeah, it's probably better if you were dead.
If somebody's doing that, that's not your friend.
No,
That's
that's
not your friend.
And if that's your government telling you that,
They're not your friend.
you might want to
Come to the U.S.
come to the United States while the border's open. Come on over. We'll take you in. We'll put you up at the Roosevelt Hotel in New York. We'll kick kids out of school and make it a shelter for you.
That
We have too much.
people,
Too
you should
much.
have people that are bolstering you,
Yes.
bolstering you up.
And these people,
That's what kills me about, which is a whole different subject we'll have to talk about one day, is bullying.
I'm sick of bullying.
I mean,
You can nip that in the
Right.
bud. Let me tell you in a heartbeat. These, and I'll tell.
and
We
we
can
can
talk-
segue out of that.
Well, we can segue out of that because that was morbid, and this is a more fun topic because
bullies.
I can't stand people. These children, when we were young, we're Generation X, the best generations.
The baby boomer.
No, whatever.
Are you a baby boomer?
There's no way you're a boomer.
About
No,
3 years.
you're-
Yeah, comes off at 60.
She's kind of like boomer.
Baby.
She's X-ish though because she's pretty tough.
She's an imposter.
Um,
The baby boomers are tough.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we are sort of too. We're not like the Gen Zs or whoever the heck they are. But regardless, when we were in school, and I was never bullied in school. I never saw anybody get bullied in school. Personally, I mean, I think some people fight and being mean, but I mean that's not necessarily bullying. I mean that's
saw nobody.
It's a freaking rite of passage. I mean you just have to whatever. But when we left school and we came home, that part of our day was over. There was no internet. There was no. We had chores to do. We had to get our minds off of it. But it didn't follow us home on our computers and on our phones. And they
are only
kids, and they believe everything. And some kids take pictures that they shouldn't take, and people are going to expose them and stuff. So many kids are just kill themselves. They hang themselves. They shoot themselves. And they're 12. Literally 12. I mean, that has happened here in Sims at our little middle school right here. And I mean, it's so. If I was a parent, I am a parent. But when my kids ever came home and said they were, somebody was being mean to them, I was like, first of all, just be mean right back to them. Yeah. You don't have to take it. And second of all, if they get on your nerves too much, I'll take care. We'll go straight to mom and dad. We're going to bypass the children and we're going to go to their parents. Because
we're going to bypass the principal.
Facebook exists now. You can hunt some mamas and daddies.
And I would hunt down some mamas and daddies. I can tell you something that happened today that was kind of funny. Didn't have anything to do with bullying, but just the way you're protective. I had my granddaughter with me today. And let me tell you something. She was a peel all day. So when we were coming out of Walmart, we were in the checkout line, and I was done. Like I was just throwing crap on the conveyor belt. I was just telling that lady, I don't care how you bag it. We're behind. There was a ton of people in Walmart. It's Friday, and then my little they should have my mind. And then my baby, who's 2, it was a different kind of scream. Like you just knew something happened to her. She's in the buggy. And the look on my face when I turned around, all I thought was somebody touched her or scared her. And I was like, we're fixing to all be on YouTube because you're not going to mess with her. But she had pinched herself.
That's what she said. She pinched herself, but she wasn't being mom.
Well, she pinched herself on the thing. Not that kind of not a helicopter. But if you mess with her, you're not just taking her, you're taking me too. Well, all I could think was somebody tried to pick her up. She's locked in, and it scared her. Because there was guys behind us and everything. The look on my face, I probably had your look on my face. Because she can give a devil look. Oh, yeah. And, or go to hell look, or don't mess with me look. And
don't mess with me.
Yeah, there we go. Not a devil.
Not a devil. But whatever. But anyway.
I think I got it from her grandmother. You're lovely.
Oh, yeah. That's him a lot.
That's all right.
But yes, that's my mama bear, the grandma bear will come out of you in a second.
It does, and I've been my kids.
And what that means is there's love, and children should be loved unconditionally, but they should be corrected.
They should,
and then go into your suicide. There's a breakdown somewhere.
Yes, and then
somewhere in the family dynamic. Not throwing any blame.
Yeah,
but you know who you are. I have to love your children.
You vote and you vote for them.
I said this earlier today. Loving your children and being patient with your children does not mean you do not set boundaries with your children.
They have to be guided.
And you have to make your children know that you are strong. You can overcome this.
Yeah, and you give them that foundation.
Yeah, and you can face the beast.
And they can tell you what's
because
wrong.
Normally, if you go toe-to-toe with them, they back down. If they know they cannot get to you, they're done with you. They're going to move on to somebody they know they can get on their nerves. So never think you can't stand up for yourself. And never think that if you stand up for yourself and it doesn't work that time, you got people behind you. That's what your children need to know.
Hey,
is that you can do it, and if we have to be there behind you, we will be.
That's
but
right.
You've got to meet them where they are.
They may have to bring us cakes and jail. But
that's right. But we'll be
buy me some cigarettes. I will start smoking.
But
that'll be one badass moment in jail. God, throw me up in there.
Oh my God. She will reform the jail.
Huh.
It
It'll
will be clean.
It'll be clean.
Yes. It will be the cleanest bathrooms. So if you're going to talk through the bowl,
Just better not mess up that.
the people,
They better not.
Hey,
Hey, that's where the trouble lies.
if you know, you know. If you're talking through the bowl, at least if you're in Laura's jail, the bowl's going to be clean. But speaking of bullying, which, okay, they're probably not bullies, but you know the people at Walmart when you're walking out, they want to see your receipt after you've already paid for your stuff. Well, let me tell you something. Today was not the day, and the poor guy me, because I had dog food on the bottom of my thing, and I was already just done with. I was done today. Okay,
Thanks for calling me to the car.
I'm a grandma. No, I didn't say. I said, well, I told him. I said I paid for it. I said, he goes, ma'am, and I just kept on walking. He goes, and I just looked back. I said, what? He goes, I need to see your receipt. I said, why?
Yeah.
And he goes, well, you have dog food on the bottom of your thing. I said, no kidding. And I just kept walking. So he could have chased me out there.
They can't.
I think they bully us. Everything in my cart's paid for. You don't have the right to look at my receipt. I said, I own it. Whether I'm in
that
there,
is your property.
it is my property. The receipt's mine.
That's all
I can't stand that
I mean,
Walmart.
you know what I paid for. You should have checked me out.
Yeah. They did check me out.
You know, when you go to self checkout, they can see, remotely what you're checking out.
Yes.
And if your register freezes, 9 times out of 10, it's not because your register actually freezes. They can remotely freeze your register and be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." If they think you're stealing, they'll remotely freeze your register and go, "Oh, I'm so sorry. The register's broken. Come with me to an actual checkout." So they have to recheck out all your items if they even think you're stealing.
Well, let me tell you a little ditty about stealing.
Do a little ditty, girl.
Our mama, who's 83 years old,
You did not
Well,
check her receipt.
let me tell you something. They didn't check her receipt. She walked out of Walmart, $380-something
She
worth of
buggied
groceries. She buggied out on a scooter. And do you think she didn't pay for it?
She did go back, though.
She did go back and pay for it, but she didn't pay for it.
Oh my God.
And
No, because she sent me to return something, and I'm returning it. They go, this has never been sold.
she's trying to return stolen property.
Only our mother.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I said, can I have it back? And they go, yup. I said,
Yeah, so Walmart's not really worried about theft of property, but because they let the little old lady on the scooter out the door, and that was very recent.
But I'm sure they thought they were being caught. Get on, lady, get on.
Just write it off.
Take it
Write it
off.
off.
Yeah,
Take it off.
As often as she goes to Walmart, they were like, she'll be back.
Yeah. They know. They got to know her. It's like Cheers with her. She comes in and they're like,
So I guess that kind of covers. I had self checkouts on our list to talk about some things.
that is.
What?
I said, look at that.
Oh, and did you give them 5 stars?
I can give them any
I
score.
zero. I said, that self-checkout sucks. They don't.
Yeah, this lady was slow. She couldn't find the barcode.
She got the can food on my neck.
She squished my bread.
There's my bread.
Oh my
I'd
God.
be like a guy to check you out, and he smushes your bread. And I said, you get up to your mama's bread.
Okay, Friday.
So they go, oh, listen.
Poor guys.
You don't squish your mama's
Poor guys. Okay, so another one, since we're getting a little bit more lighthearted, but it's bugging me.
bread.
It's the mandatory tipping. Okay. Everywhere you go, everybody wants a tip.
Everybody wants a tip.
Well, that's just a bully.
That is a bully.
It's credit card companies.
Oh,
Because they put out those machines, and they put out those programs. So, get on Chase Manhattan Bank.
Oh my gosh. It's aggravating. I mean, why does everybody need a tip to do their dang job? I can get a tip.
I don't get tips.
Well,
You work. I did.
oh my God. I
I
mean,
did work. But
for a cup of coffee,
waitresses,
you are hired
the
in
service
to make a
is-
cup of coffee.
the
And
service-
you served it. That is your whole job.
But the
That's
service-
what you do. And you can't even give
And
that
it's
extra
a
water.
Please.
Oh my gosh.
Shit.
maybe I shouldn't have brought up tipping.
But when y'all were 20, let me just play devil's advocate here. Because I know you take it all the time. Things fucking stupid. I really
But I think like waitresses and bartenders and people in the service industry, tip, because they're doing a lot. They're running back and forth.
They would get paid $3 an hour.
Yeah, but the barista at Starbucks is getting paid $20 an hour.
Yeah.
I'm not tipping you another $2 because
Yeah.
and actually the cashier didn't even do it. The person behind you did it.
The machine is doing all the work. You're pulling a lever to put it in a cup.
So you're not
And they
getting
turn around and hand it.
Starbucks. You're not getting tip.
That's not tip worthy.
It's not.
It's
Not when you're getting paid.
It's not like Elaine with the sponges. That is not tip worthy.
It's not tip worthy.
We have to do
It's not worthy.
We are. Everything we've said so far probably retained.
All right,
Seinfeld.
What?
Just say them. All right, sir.
Oh, I thought you said you hate it.
No, it's fine.
Those pretzels are making me thirsty.
My
You probably grew up.
yeah, I did.
Oh my
It was when I was old enough to watch Seinfeld. When I was old enough to watch South Park. It was like every damn thing out of my family's mouth has been Seinfeld and South Park. My whole life has been a lie.
Well, we can end on this note because it's jumping off of ships.
Okay.
Don't do that.
Oh my God.
Why? Everybody, because the last couple of dudes who jumped off of ships have not met great
it's not-
fate.
no.
So, it's not anything. I mean, one got eaten by sharks.
He said they don't get them.
Yeah.
Four.
We did, and they were like,
I don't want to die.
Yeah.
no. And then it takes them forever to turn around, and then you're being taken out by the tide, and you're not
You
getting
get caught in
caught
the screws.
Which
Yeah,
we
we just learned all the
the propellers. So if you do jump, you want to jump far enough away from the ship, and you don't get sucked under.
Little strategy.
You better lift, and you have to have what's it called? You have to have length. You have to have
What did the little girl do in Matilda? What'd they tell her?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh man, because they slumber around. It's fine.
Oh.
We just watched that. Talk about a bully. Watch Matilda.
Trunchbull.
Oh my
It's functional. Yeah, but like, and like that tells you right there, kids do not have any brain power. Because this kid was going to show his daddy,
He's just gonna fix the problem.
and he's just going to jump out of first
Can
of all.
y'all fill me in on this really fast?
Okay, a couple of weeks ago, I don't know if it was that long ago.
Is this like are they all like on a lake or is this like a Disney?
It's on the cruise ship.
Oh my God.
One kid, he was 20,
19 or 20?
19 or 20, too young to drink, but he was drunk. So his daddy was fussing at him about being drunk, because he's walking back to the room and his daddy's fussing at him. And he said, well, I can fix this problem real quick. And he just jumped out the window.
He jumped over the rail. I don't know.
It was a window, though, off the 11th deck.
Yeah.
11 stories up on a ship.
And of course, he's never been found.
Never going to be found.
It took the ship 20 minutes to even stop to be able to turn around or go back.
But they did, of course, launch the rescue boats and stuff out.
But it's
pretty
pretty
quick.
little. I mean, it's like 3 o'clock.
Yeah, it was 3 o'clock in the morning. And they're blaming the ship for serving him alcohol.
Well, serving him alcohol, but somebody
And he's
had to
underneath. But we've been on a lot of cruises, and we have underage children on those cruises. And the only way they could get alcohol is if somebody older than them went and got it for them, which would be my older children. Got the younger
Or
ones.
like if you're because a lot of them you can either pay for your liquor directly or it goes on your room tab, or if you have an alcohol package, you can't be in the room with anybody that doesn't have an alcohol package.
Yeah, and I mean they check your card every time, and your card has your picture pops up on their screen and everything. So the boy wasn't buying his own alcohol.
Yeah.
Somebody was buying it and giving it to him, probably a friend, a brother, or whatever. Somebody was giving it to him.
So,
But
it's just
sad.
sad.
It's not the ship's fault that he jumped out the window.
And why? I mean, kids are just impulsive.
They're impulsive, just like the kid at the graduation party.
That was just for a year, maybe 2 years.
Oh,
Yeah, he just jumped off the ship just as a dare, just being funny, never dreaming that sharks were going to get him. He wasn't dreaming. Yeah, they got him. Like he jumped in and boom, he was gone. Never found him.
And the kids, of course, are traumatized.
Yeah, the kids that watched him jump were traumatized. The boys that
they were just having a fun time. They thought.
No, I mean the sharks are the least of your worries when you jump off a cruise ship. That propeller.
Well, this was not even a cruise ship. This was a ship that was anchored. It was just like a pirate ship.
Yeah.
Just in a little place, like it was just a little place for them to have the graduation party, kind of like
And it was
the
just
USF Alabama's golf down there. Well, they were docked somewhere where obviously there's sharks. And
Yeah, they didn't know.
Yeah.
but he wasn't thinking about sharks. He was just being funny. Yeah,
It's gonna be funny.
just gonna jump off real quick. And I mean, and somebody videoed it, you know, and you can see him taking under. Like he jumped in, and then there's just like a splash, you know, where like you can see like a tail or something, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Gone. They never found any bit of him. His clothes, nothing.
See, I don't think I blame that kid though, because shark attacks are really.
There's a man, you know, the other guy that set himself on fire for something else. That I just saw the headline. I did not read it. It said, "Man set self on fire outside Trump's trial today."
Oh, I did not see that.
Okay, that's another thing. What are you proving?
Did you like go all the way through it?
I don't know. You read the article. Look it up and see if it's on there.
Can we just not like Trump and just be okay?
I mean, we don't like
to get crazy.
Listen, I don't like Biden. I'm not gonna kill myself over
I'm
him.
not setting myself on fire. I'm not
Negative.
doing anything to myself over Biden. I don't like him.
I'm not doing anything to myself over
He is
anybody.
not a leader. I don't care what you say, what you think. I mean, you can come at us all you want. Biden is not our dude. But I'm not going to kill myself over Biden.
Or Hillary, or
And I don't
Pelosi.
wish Biden dead. I mean, I don't. I just want Biden to just go back to his house.
Just go to the beach.
Just
live out your
go
goal.
to the sunset.
Just stop doing what he's doing now and do something else because I don't like this.
Nobody likes this.
So, because
Even the people who say they like it, they don't like it.
they can't like.
Well, they're just a
They're
Well, I mean,
they're in denial.
If
They're
you're-
deluded.
if you're in the middle class or lower middle class and you like Biden, there's something wrong because you are
Very
way worse off than you were before. Because I am. I'm way worse off than I
Oh
was.
yeah.
Do you see it, Parker? Did you look at
Oh yeah. Well, I'm looking at the.
Did he kill himself?
I'm still reading.
If he set himself on fire,
Well, I
Somebody
read
might have been
a joke today. And
He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition. I don't know if he's dead.
he's
Still reading.
Okay.
Well, we
How
can
old was
see
he?
it.
Did they have his age or anything?
and that's sad. I mean, I don't want anybody to die over Trump.
No. Why would you kill yourself for Trump?
They haven't even.
There might be a Trump lover.
Oh my
Yes. Said, this is if you don't convict him, more people are going to set themselves in harm. I don't know. I don't know.
That's crazy. Don't do that. People don't do that.
What were you going to
Nobody wants that.
Oh, it's a Florida man.
Oh,
Oh, there's always a Florida man.
we need you some Florida stories.
I was just going to say, I read a joke today, and it said that they must be gaining some strength because they were able to carry $100 worth of groceries in one bag. Talking about the economy, I think that's cute.
That's very
That is true, just about.
That is
Jeez.
true.
Groceries are have 12 items, and it's $132.
I know. You go home
Hey,
and you're
How
unloading
much
your
was
life.
that meal?
I bought groceries. I bought groceries today at Walmart. I did hit 500.
Oh,
I hit
oh,
Because I know they're usually
400.
3 something.
Well, I'm usually 3 something. I hit 4 something, but I took out 100, so I was at 500. But I got 100 out
Yeah.
me and BJ
in
have
cash.
almost.
But yeah, it's 400 something, and I'm feeding 1, 2, 3,
We're
4
feeding 20
people.
people.
Well, yeah, 20 people. But yeah, my kids eat all. I mean, my
Me
kids.
and BJ, which is just us.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I don't really cook anymore. Every now and then I'll make something on the weekend. I know, hallelujah. But we almost just get something nightly.
Yeah.
You know,
It's probably
either-
more economical.
Yeah.
Just get your staples.
Yeah. It's just crazy. Crazy to me.
Insane.
Stuff is. But
Oh, everything's so expensive. It's just
Yeah.
ridiculous.
it is.
Sad.
All right. Well, let's
On that sad note.
Boisterous.
Have you thinking about like setting yourself on fire?
That's
Checking
just-
out alive because you got your rent's too high?
Just get you some baby oil
Oh,
and get on your roof and get a tan like in the old days.
That's right. Okay, we're not having a music.
Like a
break.
lion.
I don't know.
Oh, I can flip on the bright side of life. It's a Monty Python
I
show.
don't know the Monty Python.
Hey,
I
guess
never
what?
understood
Who
why.
did you say that you like the musical person, the Hammerstein or whatever his name is?
Rogers and Hammerstein. They do all
That's what. No,
They
okay,
do all
okay,
the
okay,
good
okay.
stuff.
Sound of Music.
Besides Andrew.
No. Okay, well, there's a documentary on Netflix on one of these musical people, and I thought it was a Hammerstein person.
I
But
don't like to watch
it's not a somebody in Hammerstein. It is just that one guy. And did he do the music for Pirates of the Caribbean?
Yes.
Oh, I don't know. The Pirates of the Caribbean.
He did, but
Okay.
he was doing
Again, we'll tell you, we're not a factual podcast. We are entertainment purposes.
and we're opinionated.
Okay. I figured out what this guy's deal is.
Okay, what is it?
So his name is, I forgot it, it's Max Azzarello. Max Azzarello. He is 37 and he's insane. He's from Florida.
From Florida.
His family did not know that he even left Florida. And apparently he's been posting crazy conspiracy theory stuff on TikTok for a while. He was throwing pamphlets around and then lit himself on fire. I believe he is alive. He's in critical condition. But these pamphlets says, my name is Max Azzarello. And I am an investigative researcher who has set himself on fire outside the Trump trial in Manhattan. This extreme act of protest is to draw attention to an urgent and important discovery. We are victims of a totalitarian con. And our government, along with many of their allies, is about to hit us with an apocalyptic fascist world coup.
Oh, so he's a Trump supporter.
No.
Don't do that.
No, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Okay.
Everybody hold on. This is another quote from his crazy pamphlet. Trump is with Biden, and they are about to do a fascist coup on us.
Oh, yeah, he's crazy. Yeah.
This is the biggest scoop of your life. Give your money back, he shouted at group of reporters. Yeah.
Very much so.
So, pretty much, he's 37, and he believes that Trump and Biden are working together to transfer all of our wealth to the elites.
That's the people in Davos.
So he doesn't seem like he's taking sides. He just is crazy.
He's just crazy, bless his heart.
Apparently, he has a whole website.
Regardless, mental illness is.
I work. Yeah. I'm in the mental health field.
Yes.
It's a real thing.
And people are crazy.
They are. They do have crazy delusions, and it's sad.
Yes.
It is sad. And when they're sick, you can't convince them otherwise. You really can't. And they won't take their medicine. So this is probably a product of that.
Yeah.
And that's sad. So.
And they closed all of our mental health facilities.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
You're on your own, folks.
Desperately need.
We're just out here with the crazy.
Hot take for next Thursday.
Yes.
We desperately need a Cersei back.
Yes,
We do.
And you know what? I'm gonna give a little bit of Mobile lore because it's something close to my heart and it's something I hear my own professors complain about. Alta Point, Bay Point needs to be shut down.
She works at Alta Point.
I'm sorry. Y'all need to be shut down. That's it. That's it.
That's all they have.
It doesn't matter.
I mean,
You know why? Do you know why that's all we have?
Because
You know
they
why?
announced Mercy.
No. Because Alta Point and Bay Point have a monopoly in Mobile and actively lobby our local government to keep other places out. We have had
about the dollar.
we have had
It's all about the money.
many-
Girl, you're working for the man. Do that. All right, Laura.
That's true.
Well,
That's
they're
true.
they all lobby. Yeah, I mean,
They're so bad.
we lobby.
You know how we finally got that veterans hospital? They fought for that for years because Bay Point was against them so much. The only reason they got in is because, government funded.
Yeah, because Trump was the president 4 years ago. Wow, we got the Veterans Hospital.
Yeah, that's literally it.
Literally.
Literally.
Okay, guys, that's been a great
So
podcast.
that's all right. We have enjoyed it once again. Please comment. Please follow the
Please follow
Juggernaut.
the Juggernaut. It gets 2 thumbs up.
Juggernaut.
Hey, it gets two wine glasses up.
There you go.
3 wine glasses up.
Something.
She can help you.
Thanks for watching this episode of the DoWine podcast. If you want to hear more or see what else we're doing, you can check us out on TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, and YouTube, and maybe some other platforms, all under the same name, the DoWine Podcast or the DoWine Pod. For any business inquiries, you can email us at dowinepod@gmail.com, and you can also reach out to us if you have questions, comments, or concerns on our TikTok. Our DMs are open. Thanks for tuning in and have a great night.